did I need this or this? No. But am I sad I have it? Heck no. Hey guys, it's Katie here. I'm the Katie behind Katie DeGraff Knits, the Katie Knits podcast, and all of the lovely videos you see here on my channel. If you are a returning watcher, hey, welcome back. If you are brand new here, a big, warm, woolly welcome hug. And don't forget to take a moment and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another one of my videos. So we're gonna jump right into this because we have a lot to talk about. So today for me is Monday, November 3rd, and you're not gonna see this until 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, the 7th, Friday the 7th. Yes, I just did finger math. Don't judge me. But this is episode 14 of the Katie Knits podcast. And I'm, like I said, jumping right in. Mug watch. This is actually John's mug that I got in Rhinebeck at that cute little tea shop that I got my ghost mug at. Yeah, I sort of stole it. I mean, he's at work. He's not using it right now, so. And for FOs, why don't we start with what I am wearing, because it also covers what I'm wearing too. This is my completed Fresh Fern Cardigan, which was a wonderful collaboration with the ever so lovely Tracy of Sassy String Studios up in Canada. You will have seen the saga with this whole ordeal if you followed along for a little bit, but if you are new here, I will give you the 2-second rundown. Mia and Tracy decided to collaborate on a heavily cabled shawl in her gorgeous Fresh Fern colorway in her Sassy DK and Surreliciously Sassy held together. So I got the yarn and I worked up the shawl to a point, and then in true Katie fashion, it pivoted into, well, not in true Katie fashion, this is the first time this has ever happened. It pivoted to a cardigan. The center spine seam of the shawl was like a perfect raglan seam, and it blossomed from there. Tracy was on board and I was on board, and with her blessing, I ran with the pivot. Except I misestimated my yardage to finish and ran out. And then of course tariffs kicked in and the Canada Post strike happened. So after giving Tracy nightmare after nightmare of headache after headache, she finally was able to find a way to ship me more so I could finish it. But yes, it is done. And I just love the way it turned out. This fabric, holy cannoli. Like seriously, it's amazing. I am not the best person. I have not been gentle with this at all. And it's just awesome. I can roll my sleeves up and it's just awesome. I really hope you didn't hear my knee crack. Old age is showing itself. But I really did not mean to just grab my boobs there. Okay. But I really wanted to design a cardigan that had enough, back up so you can actually see the top of my head a little bit more, enough structure in the shoulders that if you wore anything underneath, be it a long sleeve t-shirt, or in my case, I'm wearing a short sleeve t-shirt right now, it's going to stay put. Even when you have like a tote bag or a purse on your shoulder. I wore this to Indie Untangled and Rhinebeck, and Indie was a little chillier, so I wore a t-shirt underneath. I wore this exact t-shirt, which is Awkward as Flock from Leo and Roxy. Absolutely love them. But I wore my t-shirt, so the cardigan stayed on my shoulders. And I had tote bags, enormous amounts of yarn the entire time. And they stayed put. Rhinebeck, however, I knew it was going to be warmer, so I wore a tank top. And I embraced the slouchy shoulder and all. be all sassy. So that just got awkward. I'm gonna sit down now so I don't embarrass myself anymore. But you do have structure enough that it's not going to slip down if you wear anything underneath it. And I mean, I don't encourage you to go naked, but you know, okay, this is a really awkward day. Bear with me. Okay, respectable Katie loading in 3, 2, 1. This is extremely heavily cabled. There are cascading cables over the entire damn thing, and it's works up surprisingly easy. Oh my goodness. So you're probably wondering, hey, Katie, why isn't this in testing yet? Well, let me tell you. I really wanted to have it to my tech editor before I left for Rhinebeck, but that didn't happen. And then yesterday, I sometimes cannot stand my brain. I really can't. I decided to change the entire layout of the pattern. So my new realistic goal is to have this to tech by next week, Friday, and then have the test out hopefully around Thanksgiving time with a deadline of probably like the end of February or something long, because there are, you know, there's going to be Thanksgiving and Christmas in there and all that jazz. So I definitely want to make this nice and long and pleasurable for all of my lovely testers. If you'd be interested in testing, keep an eye out on my Instagram, which is SheltyPep. I'm also SheltyPep on Ravelry. You can go join my group there. Everything will be linked down below. I just love this so, so much. The fabric that it creates is just awesome. The detail on the cables is fantastic. I didn't even mention the buttons. The buttons are on. Are they not the coolest? These are from Stone Button Studio on Etsy. I'll link her down below too. They are actual stones. They're like actual little pebbles that she turns into buttons. And initially I'm like, stones, that's gonna weigh everything down. That's gonna be too much. But there were other knitters that had purchased these and reviewed them and said they felt the same way I did. And they're just perfect. So I love everything about this. Oh my goodness. And when I got my last skein in the mail from Tracy to finish this, because I was like in this like awkward portion of each sleeve, and I'm not stopping a cardigan sleeve there. It's like weird, and I'm not doing that. And I wanted the option to be able to, you know, hold on or roll up. So when I got the last skein to finish this, I also ordered the yarn for the pullover version and a winter set, which I will show you in acquisitions because that has come since I last podcasted. And just a note about acquisitions, I'm not going to include anything I bought at Rhinebeck or Indie Untangled. If you want to see that whole mess, you can go check out my Rhinebeck and Indie haul video, which I will link at the end of this video and down below, and you can just go to my channel and find it. It's right there. So now that we have gotten through this FO and what I am wearing, I want to also, this is a PSA. Mark your calendars. My next podcast, episode 15, that is going to come out Friday, November 21st, which is the Friday before Thanksgiving. You're not going to want to miss it. You're going to want to mark your calendars because I have some super amazing mystery knit along reveals for you. If you're unfamiliar with my mystery knit along, just give you the 2-second rundown. Every year I like to spend my birthday with all of you guys knitting, of course. My birthday is January 29th. So every January 29th, I release a mystery knit along, and I make the clues nice and long. They are 10 days apart, 5 clues. It's nice and a little more relaxed than the traditional 1 a week or 1 every 5 days. And it's been a huge hit. Next podcast, I'm going to reveal not only the colors I have used, but also our little kitty mascot and the charm that Kelsey of the Littlest Charm Co has made for next year's knit along. She is so stinking cute. Oh my goodness. Set a reminder for yourself. You don't want to miss episode 15 of the Katie Knits podcast, which will come out on Friday, November 21st. Because I am going to have some major mystery knit along reveals. Literally feel like I've had 15 cups of coffee today, which may be good for me and very entertaining for you. We're gonna go a little out of order here. Do a teeny tiny little Rhinebeck indie recap. I had some stats that I figured out and wrote down, and even John suggested that I come up with. And I totally forgot to mention them in my Rhinebeck and indie haul video. Sorry about that. But I will mention them now. Do you know that I purchased 21,332 yards of yarn that weekend? But you didn't know that. Yeah. John was sitting in our Airbnb and he's like, how many yards did you purchase? And I'm like, that's kind of cool stat to figure out. So I literally sat there and figured it all out, and then I didn't even say anything in my whole video. But I'm saying it now. So yeah, I purchased over 21,000 yards of yarn. Holy crap. Hot damn. I purchased 2 hoodies. I purchased 4 bags, 22 stitch markers, and over 70 skeins of yarn. It's really quite remarkable how much yarn I purchased. But I really do, in all honesty, and this may be just totally crazy to say, but I feel like a changed knitter. I feel like I've been going through the transformation, and looking at all the yarn at Rhinebeck and Indie, I think officially changed me, because, you know, everybody says it. Oh my goodness, that knitting and yarn buying are 2 completely separate hobbies. And until now, and until recently, I called BS on that. Like, I just was like, you guys are full of crap. Like, no, that is not me. I am not a yarn collector. I don't overbuy. I don't have a problem. Yeah, I don't think I had a problem. I just think I didn't have a plan. And now I'm kind of looking at yarn to purchase with a plan. Or how soon do I think I can cast that on? And if it's going to be too far in advance, I may change my mind. So I hit pause on that purchase. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at things a little differently. And I think the girls got bit by the fiber bug as well. They both can knit and crochet, and I have never pushed this on them ever in a million years. They came home, and about a week after we were home, Elizabeth's like, I want to make something. And a couple of years ago, when she first gave knitting a try, I had purchased her some yarn and a bag and all the, basics that she would need. She's like, can you help me wind this up? I want to make something. So she's making herself a tube headband. She wanted a thicker headband, and she's knitting in the round, so it's all knits. She's doing fantastic. Literally the only thing she's doing is accidentally making stitches sometimes between the 2 needles. Otherwise, it's perfect, and it's going to be so cool. She's a little more than halfway done. And Sophia prefers crocheting because it's quicker. She's been crocheting little scrunchies and all kinds of stuff, and she's teaching herself some tools and tips and tricks, and yeah, she's doing pretty good. It's so funny. Sometimes we will come downstairs now and all 3 of us will have our projects with us, and John's the odd one out, and he doesn't care. He's like, I don't care. He's like, I will wear whatever your mother knits me, but I'm not doing that. So definitely a proud mom moment. But I really feel changed. I literally feel like a changed person. Wow, can't talk. I feel like a changed person. And it definitely a changed knitter and yarn buyer. That does not mean by any means of the words at all I'm going on a no buy. I have bought yarn since Rhinebeck, but it's for a purpose. Every single thing that I bought had a plan. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Let's get back to like where I should be in a typical podcast format. And oh my goodness, I have stuff all over the floor. Something that is super exciting that just went into testing a couple of days ago. Well, at this point, almost a week ago. But for me, it's Monday, so it's a couple days ago. Is my collaboration with the lovely Sunshine Yarns. Danny had sent me their Savor Advent, or Savor Festive set with 2 coordinating main skeins of Stone Bramble. I don't knit with moody colors at all. So I came up with, and this is another thing that should have gone into testing sooner, and I'm not finished, but the second side is just a repeat of the first. So I wanted to get it into testing now and give everybody as much of an opportunity as they can to finish it. And I'm only requiring half anyway, because this is coming out in like, well, I guess it's 4 weeks from now. But I did right before Rhinebeck, I was about 2/3 done and I completely ripped it out and started over. There was just way too many. I wish I did this, or I want to change that, or if I did this, the repeat would be so much more cohesive. I took my needles out one morning. I'm like, nope, it's coming out. And I am so much happier for it. So I'll show you half of it because that's what I have done at this point. But before you saw this little center, and I kept some of it, but then I changed some other things. So you're going to start with your center diamond, and then you're going to work out in a lovely wrap. And this works whether you have a fade or not. Doesn't matter. I really want to make another one, and I have a groovy advent from Sunshine from last year or the year before. I can't remember. My brain's fried with dates. But I really would love to just randomly pick those out and randomly place them. It's beautiful as fate. Works beautiful. But I would love to see it in a random form too. So, and I already have several testers that immediately cast it on. I'm just going to be so happy to see their progress and see these all worked up because they're so fun. And it is very quick and rather addicting. And just when you get sick of, like, say, the color work rib, boom, you're done with it. And you get to go into this lovely mindless slip stitch. And that is a bigger chunk, but you get to change colors 4 times in it. So it's very engaging. This is I never even told you what it's called. I suck sometimes. This is the Tiny Town Wrap. And I picked that name because show you a close up of the slip stitch texture and then the color work ribbing reminded me of like cobblestone little tiny town streets. So that's where I came up with the name. So the Tiny Town Wrap will be coming out Friday, November 28th, which is Black Friday. Danny has told me that she will have several Savor sets with the coordinating main skein in Sunshine Yarns shop for this pattern's release. And they will have all of their other advents and yummy yarns too. So you can always count on Sunshine for an amazing fade. Always. But this is my Tiny Town Wrap. Last time you saw this, it was just this little start, and I did get 2/3 done. I was even further than this because I had a bunch over here too. Yeah, I ripped that sucker out quicker than that will take us into whips. I have been wanting to cast on all the things, everything, like all of it, but I'm trying to meter myself. My brain does like to have like 5, 6, 7 projects going at once, but I am trying to meter myself a little bit. I blame Summer Lee for this. Friday, she released November's Cuff Club. It was a dip stitch. Drop the yarn. It was a dip stitch. And I had never worked a dip stitch. I wasn't afraid of it. I just didn't do it before. So I was so taken by it. I was like, and if you remember, a month and a half ago, I think, or so, I think it was back in episode 12 or 13. I don't remember. I had showed you that I got the girls K-pop Demon Hunter sock sets from Oakwood Knits. And Sophia wanted mitts. And when Summerlee released this cuff club, I was like, oh, that would make such cute mitts. So I was playing around and ripped it out several times. At first because it was way too big. Because I was just winging things instead of like measuring. Sophia's wrist and hand is about the same size as mine. So I just didn't measure anything. I just wung it. Part of it was I wanted to learn the stitch. And part of it was I just didn't care to follow any pattern at that moment. But this is the start of some mitts for Sophia in a beautiful dip stitch. And this little blue contrast dip kind of looks like hearts to me. That is good knitting friend Jocelyn's fault. I was texting her photos and then she's like, why don't you do a contrast color? So I messed around with that the next morning and threw that in there too, because with this sock set, there is an aqua mini and there is a purple mini. So I want to incorporate both of them. So I think I'm going to incorporate the blue in accent dips and then the purple for all the bind offs of everything. And I'm going to have some left over. That's inevitable. So maybe make something else, who knows, with them. But these are for Sophia. And I loved the stitch pattern so much that I may have cast it on some for myself. And you'll see those in a moment, but you can see them on too. They are so cute. Yeah, I'm gonna be writing the pattern up. You twisted my arm. Actually, everybody that I showed these to was like begging for it. Oh my goodness. So that leads me to my next dip. And if you're wondering why I'm bending down, it's because I have everything all over the floor. I should take a picture of this madness. Although it is getting cleaner. I feel like every time I podcast, it's a little cleaner than it was the time before. I had gotten, when I ordered this Awkwardest Flock shirt from Leo and Roxy, I've always wanted to try their yarn. I had gotten some of their yarn. And I had ordered these 2 skeins of this absolutely beautiful, and I cannot remember the name at the moment. I'm going to try to dig through my basket over there and find it. And if not, you know where it's going to be. It's going to be up there and down below. But I ordered this beautiful, beautiful orange. And this is in their worsted base. And initially, I had ordered this mohair from them as well. Name forgotten in the bottom of my basket. Will be up top and down below. But I ordered this to be held together with this. I'm like, oh, how fun would that be? Then I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Originally, I was going to make a pillow pop hat. My pillow pop cowl, which is up there, that I made with Miss Babs Billow, and then Miss Babs Laurel Falls and Junction Fiber Making Tracks Light, which if you're unfamiliar with it, go check it out. It's a super simple pattern and it's really a lot of fun. Oh, that's another whip. Crap, where's that? Oh, this is really Katie on the fly here. I forgot another whip. Okay, moving on. And I forgot to put that in my notes too. I actually made notes this time. But anyway, I was going to do a pillow pop hat out of these 2. And then I'm like, I saw Sophia's mitts and I'm like, I really like that. I would really like that for myself. So I grabbed these guys and I casted them on and I did just one repeat of the dip stitch and hated it. Definitely, I need a cream to hold this with. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I love it. I can't wait to see what it does with a cream, but it doesn't go with this. And I will insert a photo here so you can see it's just not yarn pairing. Just, it doesn't go together. Is this beautiful on its own? Holy crap. And I need an entire sweater quantity of this. I think Leo and Roxy just did some shows. So like everything is sold out on their site right now. But I swear as soon as their worsted comes back in stock, like I did not purchase yarn at Rhinebeck for the oversized seasons cardigan by Ozetta that I had in my plans. I think I just found my yarn for that cardigan. But anyway, when it comes back in stock, I'm going to be getting that. But I grabbed this. That didn't work. You see why. So then I'm like, I'm just going to do the orange. So I am whipping myself up a pair of these mitts. They're so fun and they're so crisp. I got the cast on edge down the way I want it because I was kind of messing around with that. And I have the thumb increases done. So I'll get my face out of there so you can see how it's working up. Then you increase here, and then these stitches are going to go on for the thumb. Actually, it goes over a little bit more like that. So I'm to the point now where I need to put my thumb on waste yarn so I can do the rest of the hand. And then I can come back and do probably just 1 or 2, maybe, little dip stitch repeats for the thumb and bind off. But I'm thinking I have 2 full skeins of this orange, and I'm thinking I can get absolutely both mitts out of this one skein. And then I'm thinking maybe a headband, because in the wintertime I prefer to wear headbands over hats just to avoid hat hair. I am loving these. It's so addictive and it's so fun and it is so crisp in this yarn. This orange is literally freaking perfect. And it's really cool because I don't want to label this as like autumn and fall. I think it's just a great all-around color. So that's another whip. If you're on the whip count, I'm gonna count my Tiny Town wrap as another whip because even though you saw it, I did rip it completely out. So the Tiny Town wrap, then Sophia's mitts, my mitts. So we're on 3 for the whip count. Then this is the one that I totally forgot. And I did get a ton of work done when we were at Legoland. When we were up in New York on Sunday, we were supposed to have like a family day. And the Airbnb we stayed at had kayaks and all kinds of stuff. But we realized that Legoland was only an hour away, so we kind of went to Legoland. And I don't do rides. They did have some rides that I did go on, though, with everybody. With my vestibular migraines and everything, I just don't do anything that spins you, or I don't like roller coasters. I get motion sickness just like watching them. So I finished a skein on my Pillow Pop Cowl, trying to hold the needles so they don't clang, in my Bill's Mafia colorway from Megs Co. And this is on her Ghost Town. I believe this is on her, I don't know. Do I have the label in here? No, I have a Legoland admission ticket in here. I believe it's on her Ghost Town DK. I'll throw it up there and down below. But I did buy 3 skeins of this. And I was really hoping, oh, and of course, my progress keeper is a custom football from the lovely Kelsey of the Littlest Charm Co. As all things have to adorn my projects. I was really hoping, like I said, before I got sidetracked, I bought 3 skeins of this. And I wanted to get 3 cowls for me and the girls out of it. This is not long enough. So I'm probably going to make 2. I'll give 1 to each girl because I also have a sock set that I can make myself something out of. So I will make these for the girls, but I got majority of this knitting done while I was standing in ride lines and waiting for John and the girls to go on rides. So super simple pattern and of course Mafia style. It's really awesome. And this base is really amazing. And that whip lives, I have another skein of it here ready to go when I get around to it. Or when I feel like I just want something mindless, I grab it because it's so simple. Literally a 4-row repeat and 2 of those rows are knit all. It could not be any easier. Lives in my Katie's Randomness pigskin party bag from this year, which has gone absolutely everywhere. I even had a giant Lego minifig hold it and try to teach to knit. She didn't want to learn. But I love this bag. So definitely need some more from Katie because they are awesome. All right, whip count. What do we have? We have 4. Now it's the pièce de résistance. Oh wow, I actually said that right. If you saw my plans video for Rhinebeck and you saw my haul video, you know Elizabeth wanted a sweater. She initially wanted a Le Pouf and by Beata Jezek from Hedgehog Fibers, but there was a lot of things we wanted to change about it. She did not want to fade from one color to the other. Definitely no scoopy scoop neck. She's not a cleavage girl. A lot of little things we were going to change. And I knew, even before she picked out this yarn, that it was going to be my first cast on when I got home. So a couple days after we got home, I wound the yarn. And this was supposed to be a buddy knit with my friend Jocelyn because she had the same sweater in her queue to make her sister, but pretty far, and I don't even know if she's started. I texted her this morning and I'm like, did you even start yet? Like, I know she swatched and she changed yarn a couple of times, but I am horrible. I really, really am. And you'll see why, because it's addictive. And just to be forewarned, I will show this here and I will chat about it, but I am filming an entire project vlog for it because in the end, I'm combining 2 patterns and I have a ton of tips and tricks for using a color changing yarn as your main color for a sweater. So because I have so many thoughts, I'm going to put them all in one place. And hopefully if you find yourself in a similar situation or need a similar idea, it'll all be there. But I did get started. Long story short, I did cast on the Le Pouf sweater and then I ripped it out. It was not right. So I am knitting the neck, the body of the Bibliophile 2 by Alicia Plummer, which I'll show you here. I've knit, she recently updated it, so it's called 2. But I knit the initial Bibliophile several times, and it's a great compound raglan. It's just tried and true, and it's basic stockinette too. So if you want to slap your own pattern in something or doodle on something and you want a great compound raglan fit, this is your pattern. So I got started. And this is the front. Oh my goodness, I am probably a little more than halfway done with the first ball. It is so stinking fun. Like, I almost can't put it down because I love seeing the colors changing. Like, how fun is this? How fun. Oh my gosh. And I have my little skein stitch markers from Cottontail Farm that I got at Rhinebeck on there. And of course, my beginning of round marker is a book from Kelsey of the Littlest Charm Co. This was one of the Lily Pad installments. I don't remember what month. They're from Frogget Yarns, but it is the cutest little puppy. I'll face out of there so you can see the puppy. And then I have my Sheltie stitch stoppers from Craft Co. on there as well. So lots of little fun bits. But it's so fun. Like, look at all those colors. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. I just love it. Oh my And I am holding, so the yarn for this, just a little recapity cap, is Entropy DK from Feederbrook Farms, which I purchased from Frogette Yarns, mobile yarn truck, because they were carrying it at Indie Untangled. And then I am holding the entire sweater with Miss Bab's Moon Glow. And crap, I forgot the name of this too. Maybe I should dig it. I got this big giant basket from Frogette too. And I've just been like piling everything in it because I don't know what I want to work on. And I've just been digging through it. So, but this is a whole skein of the Entropy DK from Feederbrook Farms. And this is in the colorway Bioluminescence. Elizabeth really liked it because it had many colors in it. She didn't want to just do a fade. She didn't just want to pick two colors and, you know, fade to one another. She wanted a pop. But then she was like, I really don't want it to be stripes. So that's why I added the mohair. Kind of softens everything. And for neck, I was going to say necks, but she doesn't have multiple necks. She only has one head and one neck. For neck, cuffs and hem, we went with a solid, which is Miss Bab's Yowza, and this is an obsidian. I remember what this is. I have bowl bands. I have reached the bottom of my bin. I have bowl bands. Well, you can't see that. What is this? That's obsidian. The dusk. I got a winner. So, oh my gosh. So the Miss Bab's Moon Glow is in dusk. And we decided, we were looking at all the different mohairs and we're like, oh, we didn't want to just go with a black and we didn't want to go with a gray. I'm like, what about purple? So that was super fun. Oh, I found my Leo and Roxy colors. I should probably cider. That orange, that amazing orange from Leo and Roxy is cider. I need more of that. They need to seriously update their show. Do I need it? No. I haven't even gotten to the acquisitions part of this video yet. I'm already talking about buying yarn. But I think, unless I forgot about something else, that's it for my whips and dips and FOs. Like I said, the Tiny Town wrap will be coming out November 28th. That's in testing right now. And the Fresh Fern Cardigan is hopefully going to be to tech by next week Friday, because I totally changed how I want to lay it out. And then in testing after that. So I figured it's a good mix of things on my needles. I have one thing for Sophia, one thing for Elizabeth, and one thing for me with the mitts. So, yeah. I think I got myself covered. I am now, this is kind of almost embarrassing, I'm going to talk about acquisitions. And I'm going to preface this by saying, I think I told you earlier, can't remember anymore. I'm not going to talk about anything I got at Rhinebeck here. This is only things that have come in the mail to my house and that I have in my possession currently. I may or may not have yarn in transit and waiting to ship. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about what I have in my Target basket over there. And I can't forget, I do have a list here, so I remind myself. The Sassy string, the rest of my Sassy string order. So I probably should get that out first. Let's start with that. It's taking up almost a whole shelf. I got all this in the mail, along with the single skein I needed to finish this cardigan. Because it's crinkle, I'm going to put it on the ground. It came in a big box. And John was like, what the hell did you do? Ship a baby? Yeah, I didn't ship a baby. I mean, you could have easily fit a baby or two babies in that box. But no, just yarn. So I got a butt ton of this because I made sure to get extra so I don't run out again, because that was kind of embarrassing. But I am planning on making a pullover version of the Sassy string card, the Fresh Fern Cardigan, with all the same beautiful cables and all that jazz. So I am planning that. I cannot wait to cast that on. Like I said before, like this fabric is amazing. Like it's beyond a workhorse. It was so nice to work with. So her most recent collection, this is called Morning Mist. I don't know how it's going to show up on camera, but it is the most beautiful pale lavender lilac gray. Oh my gosh. So I got it on her Sassy DK and Surreliciously Sassy. Same base as I used for this. Oh, it is showing up. Maybe showing up a hair more purple on camera than it is in real life. But it's amazing. I cannot wait to get this on my needles. Oh my gosh. And like I said, I did get extra because I don't want to run out again. Oh my gosh. I love it so much. But this is for my baby's worth of yarn. It's for the pullover version of the Fresh Fern Cardigan. What did I get? 1, 2, 3. I got 7 skeins of the DK because I didn't want to run out. I think I only used just under 5 for this cardigan. But this is a heavily cabled pullover, so I wasn't taking any chances. And I got a whole bunch of this, and you'll see why. Now, I love these cascading cables so much. And they're cascading twisted cables, too, not just regular cables. And another color she had in this new collection is called Mountain Retreat. And I kept going back and forth between this color and the Morning Mist for my pullover. And I'm like, I just can't make up my mind. So why don't I get one for the pullover and why don't I make a winter set and I'll use the other one for it. So I got some Sassy DK. This this is a little more green in real life than it's showing up on camera. But I got the Sassy DK and I'm going to hold it with the Morning Mist. How fun is that going to be? A lighter Surrey over the top of this darker in cables. Can't wait. I really can't wait for that. But this will be a winter set of the Fresh Fern cable design. So I got 3 of these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 of these, and I got 7 of the Morning Mist DK. So that's a baby's worth of yarn, I guess. Baby sized. Yeah, size of a very large baby. Okay, so that is acquisition number 1. That came in the mail first. This, you're seeing a package because this is a sock set advent from Suburban Stitcher. I'm going to be a good girl and I'm not going to open it until December 1st. The Target basket overfloweth again. So all of this came before I left for Rhinebeck, just for full transparency. The only thing that came since Rhinebeck was the Suburban Stitcher sock set advent, which isn't going to be opened until December 1st, which again, I ordered March 28th. John and the girls are always giving me, well, not Elizabeth, but Sophia and John are always giving me shit because I will always say I get yarn in the mail and it's like, I ordered that months ago. I literally did. So yeah, take that. I guess I'll start with the Lemonade shop. If you follow me on Instagram, chances are you've seen all this before, but it's been a little bit. So she got a bunch of things in from Sarah Hearts, and I could not resist. Oh my goodness. People, it's a hair clip. It is a skein of yarn. She has them in blue. She has them in pink. It's freaking skein yarn. I had to get it. I just had to. And then she had a plethora of buttons. And I really liked these like quilt tortoise shelly buttons. So I got some of those. No plans for those, but I really liked them. And she had some one-of-a-kind sock sets up. So, you know, let's get that free shipping. So I grabbed this. It is a purely one-of-a-kind sock set. But I freaking love this speckle. Like if she could recreate this, oh my God. And this is all from the Lemonade shop. And I know she just restocked the hair clips because they sold out like immediately. I'm pretty sure she put a pre-order up and then she ordered more. So they are ready to ship in her shop. But this lovely squishy is just her simple sock, 400 yards, 100 grams, 80/20 superwash merino and nylon. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. Oh, I really am so in love with the speckle and the blue and then the pink pop. Love it. So that's an acquisition. Then little birdie Tasha from Frogget Yarns spilled the beans that they were this month's, or no, they were, so scratch that. They were last month's. They were October's row 1 dyers. So I had to restart my subscription. Thank you, Tasha. I had it previously when the golden pearls were the dyer. I don't know where that is at the moment. I literally just saw it too. I have it all in a bag still because I wanted to use them all together. But anyway, I'm not going to take these out because they're in here nicely. But I did get the October shipment from row 1, which the dyer was, I'm going to try not to crinkle so much, Frogget Yarns. So I have a beautiful selection of their yarn, which funny enough, this is one of the colorways that I extra loved. Where is it? And had to get a full skein of when I went to Untangled and saw them. It is Lights Over Scotland. So I loved that little one. And then they had a whole skein in the truck. So I was like, I need to have that. So I forgot to cancel my row 1 membership after this month. So I have another one in transit. But I think I actually may keep it because it's a great way to sample new dyers and expose yourself. And who doesn't love yarn laying around for a good scrappy project or accent? So, but yeah, I fell in love with that little mini. So I had to grab a whole skein. I'm not going to put him away right now. Put him away after. At Untangled. We'll stay on the Frogget Yarns train. And this is, oh, Tasha, please put the month. Yes, you did. This is the Lily Pad Club for October from Frogget Yarns, and it is The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. If you're unfamiliar with the Lily Pad Club from Frogget Yarns, I've gotten a whole bunch of months of it. Tasha will pick a book. This is the teeny tiniest little sticker that Kelsey made to go with the charm. Tasha will pick a book, and Kelsey makes a charm. And then Tasha uses the colors to make the yarn. So that was the inspiration cover. This is the book charm. And it's a book. Tiny, teeny, tiny little book. I hope that you can see that it is sparkly. Oh my gosh. And there's even like little gold gilded edges. Kelsey's amazing. She's, girl, you have talent like that you have no clue of. You seriously have no idea how talented you are. She's amazing and she's the absolute sweetest person. Anyway, back to the yarn. So this is the beautiful yarn that Tasha came up with. From that book cover is the most beautiful blue, little speckles all through it, and a beautiful gold mini. I just love her book yarns. Like, I think those are just the best. Oh, they're so good. She's doing a Christmas book box that I can't wait for. Oh my gosh. Okay, but that was the Lily Pad Club for October, and this is just on their sock base, their fingering, 75/25. Superwash merino nylon. Total for the whole set is 555 yards and 120 grams. So I think they're sold out of November's. That's already shipped and gone. But December's will be revealed soon and the book box soon. So follow along to Tasha, and she also has a beautiful podcast. Check her out. She'll be linked below as will everything else. You know the drill. So something else that I got, and I think I got this like a couple hours after I recorded the last podcast, was the Fall Festival set from Moonglow. I could not resist it. I saw some of the projects that were inspiration for this colorway set, and the fox socks, which I will insert photo, are what absolutely made me hit that buy now button. I was actually trying to be a good girl and not purchase a lot of yarn before Rhinebeck. But I kept going back to it, and I kept going back to it, and another yarn friend of mine, Meg, hey Meg, this is all your fault. She had mentioned that she got she got one too. And I'm like, damn it. And I told her, I'm like, I was really looking at the fox socks. Then I looked at them again and I'm like, I can't. I need to have it. She's also coming out the day this video comes out. I don't know what time of day she does her updates. I think it will already be up. But Moonglow will have their Christmas update, and I am so looking forward to getting another one of these sets and some other Christmas colorways. But I did get this beautiful fall set. Originally, I wanted to make the fox socks, but now I'm not sure. And I don't have the needle capacity or mental capacity or time capacity right now to immediately cast it on. So I have the opportunity to change if I want to. But how stinking beautiful is that? Like, seriously. Yeah. It's on her fingering base of 75/25 merino nylon. And it's just beautiful. Like, seriously. Holy crap. Knocked it out of the park again. Now this one's kind of fun. When I first started really knitting, I was a very ambitious knitter. And I didn't listen, and I didn't research, and I didn't care. My first pair of socks I made out of yarn that felted, and then became 18 sizes too small. But my second pair of socks, I fell in love with self-striping, and I didn't want to just buy something from the store. So I found Vesper wee skein kits. And basically they were little balls and little bits of many different colorways she had at the time. So I made toe socks. I do not know where they are. I do have them in my possession. I want to say that they are packed away in a storage bin underneath stairs over there. But I will insert photo because they also no longer fit me. Since I've had children and everything, yeah, they do not fit me. And looking back at them, like, I beefed them up. Like, I made the toes like itty bitty. So like your normal toe is like 3 times longer than that. Well, maybe not that long. If you have a toe that long, I'm sorry. But but toes are a lot longer than like this. So the construction was so bad. It was so bad. But I did it. Like, I did all the toes in different colors. Like, seriously. This was my second pair of socks. This was like my 3rd knitting project ever. So anyway, back to like, wow, I went off on shiny object tangent. But Vesper sock yarn from Knitterly Things holds a special place in my heart. They are celebrating their 20th anniversary this year with a special 20 stripes for 20 years sock set. I had to get that. It does hold a sentimental place in my heart, and it came with a cute little mini, but it is 20 stripes for 20 years. And it is Vesper sock yarn from Knitterly Things. Oh my goodness. I do have some more skeins of Vesper. Nope, over here. Those are all my self-striping socks and sock sets. I do have some more over there. It's just great. It's just awesome. It's an awesome tight twist 80/20 super wash base. And it's their 20th anniversary. And it was like something that I had a amazing memory of from when I first started knitting. So I don't think I'm going to make socks with these. Which what I probably should do is I probably should make a proper pair of toe socks with them to commemorate. But I think I want to use it to its fullest and maybe make a cowl or something like that. I don't know yet. I'm not sure, but it really holds a special place in my knitting heart. So that was another acquisition that came. Staying on the self-striping journey. I placed an order with Stacy of Mustache yarns. I really want to knit more gnomes. I have a gnome that's like half done and it's beautiful, but I've never finished one for myself. I made a really good friend a gnome because she loves gnomes for her birthday one year, but I've never knit one for myself. So I absolutely adore, and okay. Sarah Shira of Imagine Landscapes is the gnome queen. Okay, let's just face it. She's the gnome queen. And she has this gnome that has this self-striping hat. And I can't get it out of my head. And Mustache has kits for it. So I'm like, if I buy a kit, I'm more likely to make it. So I got the Someone to Write Gnome About kit in this green. This would be fun to knit around holiday time, but it's classic enough that it could stay out all year round. And how fun. I need a self-striping knitted gnome on my shelf. So I got that. Then, because I'm placing an order, what else does she have available? Oh crap, I don't know how to say this. Calaveras? Sorry if I'm butchering it. Yeah. This one is super cool because one of the stripes is speckled. So I had to get that. And this is on her 75/25 merino nylon base, 460 yards for 100 grams. Yeah, and one of those stripes is speckled. Yeah. Then there was sort of a pastel-y rainbow effect, which is called Sure Shot. That one I can say. On her fingering 75/25 base as well. So pretty. Do I need more self-striping sock yarn? I probably have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I have 18 skeins right there. Oh no, 19, 20. 20. I have 20 skeins right there. And then I have an entire basket of nomadic yarns, gobstopper balls. Do I need more self-striping yarn? No. But I didn't have any that had speckled stripes. And this was just fun. So you can judge me if you want. I don't care. I'm happy with my yarn. Guys, I think we've reached the end of the Target basket. It's empty. Yeah, I did it. I told you all my acquisitions. Do I have yarn coming in the mail? Yeah. Do I have yarn that hasn't shipped yet? Yep. Including my advents from Oakwood, which I was designing a blanket for, and I really wanted to have the blanket design done before the advents came so I could just make it. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to open the advents every day, and I will post a little video on Instagram and here on YouTube. And I'm also going to do Vlogmas this year. I think I'm going to do maybe a weekly Vlogmas. I don't think I can pull a daily off. I know I can't. I will fall behind and then it'll just be a mess. So I figured this way, if I do weekly, I can at least, if I miss a day or two, I can have enough in there. But I will be opening up my Oakwood Advent and I also got an Advent coming from Kelsey of Littlest Charm Co. So I have a Charm Advent and then I have my big Advent from Oakwood, which if you're following along, you know, but if you're new here, you don't. I bought two 2 identical advents, and then 4 extra main skeins because I'm making a couch blanket. We were supposed to have the living room completely redone, and then the trees happened, so the living room is put off until next year. But anyway, it's still going to happen. So I'm going to design that blanket after I've opened up all the minis. And I have them in front of me. So I think we've reached the end of the knitting news. As a reminder, don't forget, Friday, November 21st, you'll want to check back for episode 15 of the Katie Knits podcast because I'm going to be revealing our little kitty mascot for our mystery knit along for January and the yarns that I chose and the charm that Kelsey is making. So much fun. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just love it. It's so good. Okay, moving on to life. Don't have too many life updates. We've just been trying to, get back in the groove of things since we got back from New York and all our shenanigans up there. We did buy our tickets for the New England Farm and Fiber Festival, which is in February. It's February 8th in Boston. So we got the first time slot for that. We're all super excited. I think something in my slipper is to drop food. I think that I am going to honestly not go in there with a plan of what to purchase. There are several vendors that we absolutely want to hit up. We're super excited to go up to Boston in February for that. But we're just trying to, continue on with life right now. I'm so happy soup season is here. I made my second soup of the season. But the first one I made, it was supposed to be cold that day and it wasn't. It was actually warm. So this was the first soup. To much chagrin of John, he hates spinach. So the next time I make it, I will not have spinach in it. But me and Elizabeth really enjoyed it and Sophia tolerated it. So, we move on. We digress. It's finally getting colder outside. Oh my goodness. Finally can wear the knits and the hoodies and bust out the slippers. And I had to turn my heat on, which I'm kind of miffed about. But I don't want my pipes freezing and we can't, I can't let my kids freeze, but they'll live. Put some clothes on. Oh my goodness gracious. I can update you on my reading. We can do a tiny little book chat. So last we chatted and the time before that, I was reading Christine Brown Woolley's book. She's one of the sister wives. Yeah, that was very cringy. I did finish it. Very cringy. Not too much that I didn't already know, but the way she wrote it, it was cringy. Everybody described it as cringy. It was cringy. So can't stand Cody before. Can't stand him now, but he's doing very good on Special Forces. We're all kind of a little bit miffed about it because we all wanted him to fail, him and his hair, but he's actually doing really good. So I feel like we're so far behind on TV. I don't think that there's like any shot of us catching up, like ever. And then John started watching The Boys and I don't like it. It's just not my thing. So I just knit. I'm like, I don't have to like it. You can watch it. I don't care. It's uninterrupted knitting time for me. Have at it. So I really don't care. But we still haven't watched Deadliest Catch from last week. Ugh. So gotta watch that. Maybe tonight we'll watch that during dinner. What am I making for dinner? Oh yeah, making shrimp and asparagus because I gotta make the asparagus. Okay. Off on these random ass tangents. But movies coming up soon. I got our Zootopia 2 tickets for after Thanksgiving, and then I got our Wicked tickets. We're going to see that the day it comes out. So that's super cool and fun. And the first movie was actually really, really good. And we've watched it a bunch since then. So I'm really looking forward to the conclusion. And of course, we have everything ready to go for Stranger Things. Oh my goodness. The girls are so freaking addicted. And John loves it too. And yeah, I got cups, plates, napkins, all the food, like the family-sized jumbo box of Eggos are in the freezer, whole 9 yards. It's happening. Oh, I'm so not ready for that though. I hate finale, like final seasons. I felt the same way with like, well, Walking Dead, I was really almost glad it ended because they ruined the show a couple of years prior. And then Angela King took over, I feel like way too late. And she tried to revive the show and it just didn't happen. So I was actually happy to see that one end. But normally when I see a final season, it's like, oh, I don't want to. It was like Handmaid's Tale. It's like, you don't want it to end. But you can always go back and rewatch it. So I'm a big, big proponent for rewatching. Love the rewatching. So comforting. Oh, this is Kelsey's fault from Littlest Charm Co. We will chat about Thousand Pound Sisters all the time. And oh my gosh, Amy got married last weekend, and whoever did her hair and makeup, she actually looked really, really good. Really good. And Tammy looks amazing still. Oh my goodness. Anyway, moving on from that. She got me started on Thousand Pound Roomies, and that is actually a really good show. I'm starting to get back on the treadmill and make time away from everything else from myself. And that's the show I watch on there. And they have actually really interesting stories. I really like their stories. So I love that show, I'm watching that. Let's see, what am I? Oh, I'm reading a new book. Wow, I jumped from book, TV, movies. Now we're going back to book. Let me go grab it. So I definitely felt peer pressured into reading this book. I didn't have it on my radar at all. I really haven't had any books on my radar because my TBR list is probably 10 long on that shelf over there next to my TV. But so many people were reading this, like, and so many podcasters especially, and of all different types. It doesn't really matter. You comfortable? Beasley just rolled over to sleep, and then he's like, "Oh, what happened?" But it didn't really matter like what genre they generally read. Like everybody was reading this book. And me and Elizabeth were at Target. I was getting ready to check out, and there were 2 copies sitting there. One of them was kind of bent up, but the one behind it was perfect. And I'm like, this is my sign. I need to buy it. So I bought it. The only thing I don't like about this book is it's over 1,000 pages. So it's a honk of a book. And reading it while I'm laying in bed at night makes my arm hurt and my neck. But this is Alchemized by Son Lin Yu. If I butchered that, super sorry. But it is, I've heard it described as like a mix of like Harry Potter-ish magic, and I don't even know. I literally have no clue. So I'm like 70 pages into, I think there's 1,023. Is it? 1,024. So it's big. It's probably a couple of pounds. So it makes my shoulder hurt at night when I'm reading it. But I have been reading it every night. And yeah, I get through probably 10 or 15 pages a night. So it's going to take me a little while. But it's interesting. I don't know what I would call it. I don't have any idea. I'm not going into this with any expectations whatsoever. But I like it. So this is keeping me company at night. And I think that's it. Oh my gosh. Football. Oh my goodness. The Bills are back. We went through a little rough patch before the bye, and they lost themselves completely. It was really, really worrisome. Like major doubts. Major doubts. But we came back, and now last year we clinched the East before we even played the Patriots. We still had 3 or 4 divisional games at that point, and we clinched the division earlier than anybody's clinched ever before. This year we are still number 2. We are 1 game behind the Patriots, and we need to, get our shit together because Mike Vrabel has turned them completely around. I can guarantee 100%, mark my word right now, write it down, take your bets out. He's winning Coach of the Year this year, hands down. It was a beautiful thing to take the Chiefs down, and even more beautiful to know that little Taylor Swift, I am not a Swiftie, if you're new here, can't stand her or Travis or any of the... Sorry. Really, really sorry if that offends you. I don't like them. Ugh. Can't stand Brittany Mahomes either. Ugh. Okay, moving on. Sorry if you don't like that, but that's how I feel. But it was really awesome to take them down too. They really choked last night. They're 5-4. When the heck was the last time the Chiefs were 5-4? When the heck can you ever remember when they were, like, if the playoffs started today, they wouldn't be in the playoffs. Like, that's wild. Beyond wild. Anyway, loved it. It was beautiful. All right. I think I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna head on out. Oh my God, it's such a mess. Holy mother of everything. It's gonna take me a hot minute to clean up from this. Oof. But be sure, check back for the next episode on the 21st when I reveal our little kitty mascot and my colors for January's Mystery Knit Along and all that jazz, because it's going to be so fun. And I probably will have Elizabeth's sweater done by then, or almost done, because I can't put the damn thing down. Oh, it's so addictive. And you see why. I mean, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I don't think I could pull it off. I will be trying it on, but it's perfect for her. It's just perfect. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm leaving. I need to clean up and then make dinner for my family and knit, because that's all I've been doing lately, and I've been getting so much done. I got to keep the motivation going. All right, guys, don't forget, subscribe so you don't miss another video. And I hope that your needles are treating you well and your projects are plentiful and that the world is kind to you, because I think we need more of that in this world. We just need to be kind to each other, and everybody needs a warm, woolly hug in some form. So I hope you get that. So happy knitting, everybody.